NATO prepares for war and Trump sues the New York Times. It's 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV. 5 things you need to know in about 10 minutes for Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. I'm Derek Gilbert. Item number 5 today, Charlie Kirk. Typically, we don't name names here. There are plenty of other ministries, media figures with whom we disagree at Skywatch TV. Tom Horn's insistence was that we stay out of these personal things because they rarely are beneficial to anyone. I am going to make an exception here because I think Candace Owens has crossed a line. She is already off the rails with regards to her opinion of Israel and of Jews, but trying to blame Israel for the death of Charlie Kirk is beyond the pale. She is trying, in my view, to monetize the death of Charlie Kirk. On her program the other day, she didn't state explicitly, but she implied that Israel was responsible for Charlie Kirk's death because his opinion of Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu had begun to change. She claimed that Charlie was bullied at a meeting in August by a wealthy Jewish American hedge fund investor named Bill Ackman, who tried to offer Charlie and Turning Point USA a large sum of money if Charlie would soften his stance on Israel. And that Israel then offered Charlie a lot of money to counter the messaging coming from Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens about Israel. And when Charlie refused, well, here we are. Well, today Ackman posted to X denying the substance of Candace Owens' claims, categorizing her program as slander. He had a very lengthy post detailing exactly what went on at that meeting in August. Said it was cordial. There was a frank discussion and exchange of ideas. But basically, I think at the end of the day, Charlie, who had in recent days been speaking very bluntly about the threat of Islam to the West, recognizing Islam as the existential threat to the West, not the Jews, not the 0.2% of the world that is Jewish, but the 1.7 billion Muslims. And recognizing that Israel's war with Hamas and Hezbollah is just the front line of a conflict that has already come to Europe. Just see the no-go zones in many major European cities, and even here in the United States, to a lesser degree, as evidenced by the story yesterday of the imam in Houston starting to protest Muslim-owned businesses for selling things that are halal, forbidden under Islamic law, or not halal, rather haram, that are forbidden under Islamic law. Anyway, the notion that Israel had Charlie Kirk eliminated is ridiculous. Charlie was pro-Israel. He had said so in many cases. In fact, in recent days, he had been asked about Candace Owens and her opinion of Israel, and Charlie was very critical of Candace Owens. And now she's trying to pretend like they were best buddies and that Charlie was eliminated because of his changing opinions on Israel. A fellow who has really done good work in documenting this, and you should look up his YouTube channel, Milk Bar TV is the channel. His name is Nathan Livingstone. He summarizes Candace Owens' opinion or her approach this way. Step 1, invent a conspiracy that Israel had Charlie Kirk eliminated. Step 2, spread it through bots. Step 3, the mainstream media is compelled to ask Benjamin Netanyahu, even knowing that it's nonsense. Step 4, look, the fact that the mainstream media is asking the question means something. This is kind of how the FBI went about getting the permission from the FISA court, the warrants to spy on Donald Trump's campaign. Feed things to the media reports on it. Look, the media is reporting on it. It must mean something. Well, Netanyahu has to deny it. And then step 6, of course, is that Candace says, see, they're trying to silence us. They must know we're right. That's what is going on here. Candace Owens, frankly, should be ashamed of herself, although it appears, based on her actions over the last 6-8 months, that she is no longer capable of shame. Topic number 4, the New York Times. President Trump suing the New York Times for $15 billion, a defamation lawsuit and libel lawsuit, accusing the paper of being a virtual mouthpiece for the Democratic Party and making an illegal campaign contribution in 2024 to Kamala Harris. And the newspaper is basically a mouthpiece for the Democratic Party and also the deep state, at least the FBI, a portion of the deep state. Trump announced the lawsuit late Monday on Truth Social, said it would be brought in Florida. This is another legal action that Trump is bringing against mainstream media for its just a completely unbalanced reporting on Trump over the last few years. ABC News, CBS News both had to settle with President Trump for slanderous statements made on their programs. Trump accused the Times of engaging in a decades-long campaign of lying about him, his business, his family, and those who support him. The New York Times, of course, released a statement Tuesday saying that it was meritless and the lawsuit is just an intimidation tactic. Item number 3 today, NATO. NATO has announced what they're calling Eastern Sentry. This is a mission to deploy troops to the eastern border of Poland. As you know, Poland has on the front lines there with Belarus, where Belarusian and Russian troops have been engaging in a military exercise over the last few days. British, Danish, French, and German assets being moved to the eastern border of Poland. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, he's the gentleman on the right on your screen back there, said the operation will launch in coming days and alluded to equipment that would have anti-drone capabilities. Poland said on Wednesday that more than a dozen drones had crossed into its airspace, most of which were shot down or crashed. Again, things ramping up in Eastern Europe as NATO just keeps edging closer and closer and closer to open war rather than the proxy war with Russia. Topic number 2, Ebola. The World Health Organization on Sunday said it began vaccinating frontline health workers in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The Kasai province there is the site of the latest outbreak of Ebola. More than 400 doses of the Ebola vaccine from the country's stockpile of 2,000 doses have been delivered to the center of the outbreak in the DRC. The International Coordinating Group on Vaccine Provision has approved the dispatch of some 45,000 additional Ebola vaccine doses to the Congo. The outbreak is the first in the Democratic Republic of Congo in 3 years. This was declared in early September. The tropical forest there in Congo is a reservoir for this virus, so that you have outbreaks every few years. As of the latest count, there are 32 suspected cases, 20 confirmed cases, and 16 deaths. Coming up, remember that first guy arrested in Utah at Utah Valley University after Charlie Kirk was shot, the bald guy? More information on him. Apparently, he wanted to be a martyr. More next on 5 and 10.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you that Skywatch TV is a viewer-supported ministry, and right now your support helps us not only stay on the air, but also continue the mission through our networks and digital platform, reach areas of the world with the gospel message of Jesus Christ that are unable to financially support us. When you order the new book, Golgotha's Groaning, packed with stunningly unique biblical disclosures from Genesis to Revelation that will shake the end times world, we will send it to you as our gift for your donation of $25 or more. Now that includes free shipping to all U.S. addresses. So again, for your donation of only $25 or more, you'll receive Golgotha's Groaning with free shipping, and you'll be helping Skywatch TV continue reaching the world with the gospel. You can scan the QR code on your screen using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for Golgotha's Groaning right now.
Item number 1 today. He wanted to be a martyr for the shooter. This is a spiritual illness on full display. According to a report in the Daily Mail, 71-year-old George Zinn, who was handcuffed at the scene immediately following the shooting of Charlie Kirk last Wednesday, he now admits to intentionally interfering with the police response. Police documents now claim Zinn, who has several prior arrests for trespassing, admitted to causing a distraction to keep law enforcement away from the shooter. Of course, that's 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, and we talked about him yesterday and his connection to online groups of transgenders and furries. Zinn later taken to hospital to deal with a pre-existing medical condition where he admitted that he wanted to be a martyr for the person who was shot. When he was brought to his knees and handcuffed, he was yelling, "I shot him, now shoot me." Zinn has a long history of being a political activist. Back in 2013, he was arrested and charged with making terrorist threats for a bomb threat at a marathon in Salt Lake City. He faces second-degree felony obstruction of justice. Again, you could say mentally unstable, and perhaps that's true, but spiritually, something wrong with him as well. This week on Skywatch TV, we're talking about Carl Gallup's new book, Golgotha's Groaning. Everything Carl writes is worth adding to your library, and this is no exception. The very shape of the Paleo-Hebrew letters, which were used to compose the first 5 books of the Bible, the Torah, actually point to Golgotha, the place of a skull where Jesus was crucified. And according to Carl and his good friend Rabbi Zev Porat, that's why modern Hebrew doesn't look like the Paleo-Hebrew anymore. They changed the shape of the letters to de-emphasize the symbolism that is embedded in the Paleo-Hebrew. Don't miss the program. You can watch it right now at skywatchtv.com. You can also catch it over the air. Our broadcast schedule is posted at skywatchtv.com/channels. We're now on the Word Network, by the way, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. That goes around the world. So we thank you for making it possible for us to take the message of Jesus Christ globally now on Skywatch TV. You can also watch it on your schedule just by adding the Skywatch TV channel to your smart TV or set-top box, whether it's Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, even Google TV and Android TV. You can find the Skywatch TV channel in their app stores, add it to your television set, and we'll be there when you click the remote. We're on the internet as well. You can watch us on YouTube at Skywatch Television. Please subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications, hit that like button, rumble.com/SkywatchTV, or download our free mobile app that's available for iOS, Android, and Amazon Kindle Fire devices. And it is free. We've got links to their app stores at skywatchtv.com/app, or just scan the QR code on your screen. Still time for you to take advantage of a $10 off offer to get access to all of the presentations from the Remnant Rising Conference. This was just a few weeks ago here in the Ozarks, Springfield, Missouri. All of us from Skywatch TV were there. Donna Howell, a fireball preacher, Joe Artis Horn, the host of Skywatch TV, his presentation about why we do what we do. It's all about the kids. Whispering Ponies Ranch, Nita Horn's presentation. Keep a hanky close by, because when she talks about the late Dr. Tom Horn, that's powerful. Mondo de la Vega, Jamie Walden, Vicki Joy Anderson, Kenny C., yours truly, and many others. And you get permanent access to all of these videos. No time limit to watch, just at your convenience. And save $10 with promo code OASIS, OASIS. HearTheWatchmen.com. That's HearTheWatchmen.com. We're getting some folks still signing up for our tour of Israel next month. We're just about a month away, and if you've already got a passport, there's still time for you to join us. This is going to be a relatively small tour, just one bus, which means we will be with you every step of the way, Sharon and me. And this will be a rolling tour across the Holy Land. We've got some additional speakers lined up who'll be joining us. People already in Israel. We'll tell you about that as we get closer to the dates. But if you are interested and want to get a look at the itinerary that we've got laid out, that is now posted to our website, gilberthouse.org/travel. That's gilberthouse.org/travel. And if you're so inclined, there's still time for you to join us on the bus, and we pray we see you in the Holy Land. So you follow 5 in 10 online. We're on YouTube at 5 in 10. If you would, please subscribe, share, click that bell for notifications, hit the like button, and leave your comments below. Follow us on X at 5_in_10. And thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.